This is Paul. Yeah, it's 805. Yeah. Now, this police brutality. Yeah. You had an obligation to inform the court that I wasn't in Jefferson County. Yeah. And inform the court that I wasn't in Sequim, Washington. Phew. And instead of doing what the police should have done, yes, you decided to make me go to court. Yeah. Now, I understand some of the thoughts that you have because of the energy in your brains. Yeah. As long as I pay, I do what they say. Yes. There's a problem with that whole thought. Yeah. It's police brutality to refuse to admit the evidence that would make somebody not guilty of the accusations of crime. Now you have the evidence. Yes. All you had to do was tell the court, yeah, I wasn't in Sequim, Washington. And I wasn't in Jefferson County. And I didn't violate the restraint provisions of the protection order in 2012. Yes. And I'm going to sue you and every police department of the United States that knows about the police brutality. Now you get me every asset of every police department in this nation. You have an obligation to enforce the laws. I do not want to be sleeping here tonight. Do you understand that, police departments? Yes. I want my sons. Yes. I want Marilyn and her kids with me in a hotel room. Yeah. And we are going to talk as a family about what we are going to do. Yes. Now, when I document these lawsuits and you thought, well, we're just going to misprison all of this, right? I thought for sure that I had the right to sue you. Yes. And for every day that you've obstructed my rights, you're going to get sued. Yes. Now, that goes for all the sheriff's departments in every county of the state of Washington. Yes. That has any knowledge of police brutality. Now, as I mentioned, the brain in my skull, yes, I've had it since the day of my birth. Yes. And I happen to understand my brain. I don't have a mental illness for understanding what I've done to my brain. Yes. I spent years training my brain to think the way that I want to think. Yes. So that whenever I document a lawsuit, yes, I'm absolutely sure of my right to sue you. That means I have the right to take your money, yes, and have you put in prison. Now, for every cop of the United States that said, no, I'm sure about my legal rights, I have the right to sue you. And that means I have the right to your money. Yes. Now, you thought that you could be bribed, right, to obstruct the laws of the United States. And as I mentioned yesterday, as upsetting as it is, yes, my weapons of this warfare, yes, is lawsuits and imprisonment. Ouch! That is my weapons of this warfare. I will have prosecuted every corrupt cop in every city of the United States. This is a war. And you made me your adversary. Pooch! And when the government decides to be the adversary of the citizens, yes, I, as a citizen, have the right to use the judicial system of the United States. That means I have the right to employ attorneys. Yes, and those attorneys have the right to represent me in lawsuits involving your police brutality. Now, you're going to let me use the courts of this nation. Yes. And for every cop in every city that has any knowledge of this right now, I've got to talk to you.